Oh wow, could we be getting our first mangoes in almost 5 years? What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon? Anyway, check back soon on that one. Today's video, guys, is on the white sapote, which is just going crazy here with fruit. Wish the mangoes I wish the mangoes were like this. Oh, someday. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that. Huh? Look at that, look at that. Yeah, so the video is not about showing you the fruit, but I couldn't help myself. The video is about pruning the white sapote, guys, which I do around twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year. This is optional, by the way. The only reason I do it is to keep the trees under control, right? I don't want them, let's say, over 2.5 meters. That is, I don't want them more than 7-8 feet. See, over here I've already started. Actually, I've almost finished on this one. Look at that pile. I'm doing all of them. I started on this one. This is the Hawaiian Supreme, which is my favorite tasting white sapote, right? As you can see, there's still a lot of tree left, even after a heavy prune. Look, see that? It's a lot of wood, and there's a lot of tree left. So I do it not only for height, I also do it for width. I don't want it growing into this pomelo, right? So multiple reasons: width, height, and the third reason why I'm doing this, I want fruit, guys. I don't want limbs. These guys aren't gonna give me anything if there's no fruit on there, right? So why keep them? Why keep all these limbs? Well, not those ones, these ones. Why keep all these limbs if there's no fruit on them? There's not one fruit on any of these cuttings. So they weren't serving me. All they were doing was looking after themselves, the self-interest of the tree itself, trying to become, you know, big. Nothing wrong with that, but what about me? What's in it for me? And the answer is nothing. There's nothing in it for me. No fruit, right? No easy reach, and in the way of other trees. So zero benefit for me to leave all these guys on the tree. Zero benefit. So I say it's optional because it varies from case to case. So we're getting bugger all fruit on the Hawaiian Supreme, right? Just this little guy here. Last year we had about 20, and this year we have 2. Can you believe it? Such a big tree, only 2 fruit. This one and that one over there. See that one? Wow, an 8-year-old tree with only 2 pieces of fruit. So that sort of pushed me over the edge on pruning it. It's like, no fruit? I'll teach you. No fruit? I'll put you in your place. So that's what was done here. Now, for the lemon gold white sapote, which is the complete opposite of what you just saw. This is, as I showed you at the beginning, loaded. This guy deserves a trophy for the most abundant, prolific bearing white sapote in the whole of Melbourne. I don't think there's any other white sapote that has more fruit on it. And I can bet $100 on that. We can put a bet on it. So we go from 2 fruit over there to over 200 fruit over here. And yet, guys, I'm still gonna prune it. I'm still gonna prune it because I don't want lanky branches like this, or these new ones that have come over summer. One, hang on, let me make it widescreen. One, useless. Two, useless. Three, four, useless. And there's about 10 more there in the middle. Top center of the tree. Useless branches, other than for growth. I don't want growth. I want fruit. And fruit I'm getting. So, the fruit has come. I don't need anything else. I'd love to see some growth on him though. Papaya. Yeah, that's where I want to see growth. So, that's how I do it, guys. I just remove all the useless new branches that are coming at the top ones, and any here on the sides that are sticking in my face, of course, without fruit on them. This one's not going to get the chop. Let's see, that one's not in my face. Oh, there's one in my face right here. This is going to get the chop. This guy here, no fruit on it, and it's a new branch that came over the last month. Useless. He's going. So that's what I do. I walk around the tree. There's a little one. Useless. These aren't too bad. They're not really in my way. If it doesn't touch my face and belly, it stays. And if it has fruit on it, it stays. This one here, well, yeah, it's in my belly. So I might give him a little snip at the end. So like that, guys. And there's another one down here. See this one? Useless. He wants to go down to the ground and touch the grass. Out. He's going. This one is pointing down, but it's loaded with fruit. So he gets to stay. He gets a free pass, an exemption. And that's how I do it. This one is in my stomach, but I'm not going to touch him because look what he's holding. He's holding all these guys. So, exception made. This one, yep, lanky, yep, he'll get the chop right there. Useless. And now we're back to where we started. There's some new growth here. That will stay because it's low. It's only at my chest high. But up there, see all that new growth? It's going. See ya. So that's how we do it, guys. Everything up there is going. All that. So let's get started. So, done. Went around and cut all the branches. Finish that one off too. Look at that, beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfect height. Exactly 2 meters, exactly 6 feet. So easy to manage now. Until the next prune. That's how much I pruned off back in winter, only 6 months ago. So every 6 months, that much comes off. This Hawaiian Supreme variety. We're gonna go and do that one next. Him over there, who's fruiting for the first time since being planted 6 years ago. So, yeah, these two white sapotes are done. He's also at 6 feet, 2 meters. Same. See that? Perfect height. Could have done a little bit more here. Just in there, that little bushy part there, but that's easy. Right? Because there's so much fruit, I want to leave some branches too. Right? You gotta think of the tree needing all the help it can get. So you can't overcut. Okay, let's go to the next white sapote. This one here. Beautiful sunshine today. Finally, after there's the apricots. We've been gorging on these. After 5 days of cloudy, wet, cool weather, we're back now with sunshine for the next 6-7 days. One guy even complained, telling me, "Oh my God, Melbourne's weather is so cold and so wet." Oh my gosh, guys, you got to get real. You got to get a reality check. You need fluctuation, you need change. Well, anyway, I think it's great. Melbourne's unique weather benefits not only us to cool off from the hot weather we get in summer, but also for the garden to cool off and get watered. We had like tons of rain over the last 4 days, night and day. It was great. You're going to complain? You're going to complain if you don't have a garden. Yeah, if you're indoors playing on your PlayStation. But I'm not going to complain because I've been out here the last 5 days playing with my trees in the rain. Yeah, in the rain. Come on. So this is the next one. I think this is the Vernon. I think that's the Vernon. That's the Vista. This one never needs pruning. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He's always loaded with fruit, like over 100 white sapotes, and he's the first cab off the rank. The fruit is already close to full size. These will be ready to pick in about a month, right? Look at that, beautiful. But he's also the one that's the most infested with black scale, and he's the most dwarf out of all of them. Look at this. Look at all the fruit coming on the I think it's the Vernon. Let me just, I can't remember all these names, and I've lost half the tags. Vista. Okay, this is the Vista. Yeah, I'm not gonna prune this at all. This has only had one prune in the last 5 years. So if you want a dwarf, get the Vista. All right, this is the Vernon, and he's never fruited before since I bought him, and he's loaded. What a great way to enter the game, with loads and loads of fruit for a premiere. They call it a debut. Yeah, he's debuting with a nice load of fruit. They're still small, so that's good. I didn't want them to be all the same size as the other trees. Looks like this one's going to come at the end of the season, around May, June, into winter, and that's great. If we can have a white sapote in winter. There's more there. Tiny. See that? So they're all spaced out, the 5 varieties I have here, but he's going to get a light prune. Let's prune him. So again, whatever's sticking out as I walk around the tree, but being careful not to cut with this fruit. So you've got to have both eyes open, not you know, focused somewhere else, right? Things like this, same as we did with the previous one. Things like that, heading towards the little dwarf orange tree we just planted. See how close they are? Too close, so he gets the chop, not him. So we're done. Very, very light trim. That's it. You don't want to go too hard, especially when he's fruiting for the first time, right? You don't want to give him a reward by butchering him. That's not a nice thing. That's not a nice way of saying thank you, right? So we'll give him a hard prune in winter after we've harvested all the fruit. This is the final white sapote we have here in the front yard, and he's pretty loaded as well. He's had the largest fruit in recent years, as baseball size, like literally that big, like this. So we'll see what happens. His name now eludes me. I've got a bit of a brain fart, so it doesn't look like it needs much of a clipping though. Just this guy here right? It sticks. See how it blocks the passage here? It's not serving any purpose at all. So things like that I'm going to remove from him. Not much. So we're done with him too. Not much, right? But in the winter, after the fruit's done, I'm going to remove those 2 branches there. Hang on. These. That one and that one. Both. Because I don't like where it's going. It's sort of going out of reach. I can't reach up there. I don't like that. I want to keep it at 2 meters. And right now I can't cut them because there's fruit up there. Nice big fat white sapotes. See that? There's about 5 of them. So I'll do that in May, June. Okay, that's how many did we do? 2, 4, 4. Because the 5th one here we didn't need to prune at all. What was it again? Vista? Yeah. This guy is a semi-dwarf. Let's go to the backyard now. I've got a couple of more white sapotes back there. Look how cool this is, guys. My coffee tree is fruiting. Not fruiting, flowering. Look at that. Huh? Beautiful. The flower just opened yesterday. And oh, that one's already spent, so he must have opened before. Didn't see him. And there's a few more coming here. So it's packed all over with flowers. Yeah, coffee in Melbourne. Shining its tropical leaves in ground. Alright, the next white sapote is that one right there. It's the Sue Bell. So let's see what we can do with him, or do for him, or her. Sue is a girl, right? Alright. Okay, here we have one of the younger trees in the white sapote group growing at Fruitopia, and she's she's fruiting for the first time. So I don't really want to butcher her or even give her a hard prune. The only thing I don't like is her touching the persimmon here. See that? That's the only thing I don't like. In the wind, when it's windy, this is what happens. So, other than that, see the fruit? Fruiting for the first time since I planted her 4 years ago. So I'm really, really wrapped with that. Not much, maybe about 10 fruit. She was fruiting the last 2 years, but the fruit were dropping when they were small, when they were fruitlets. But now they've held on, and it looks like they're gonna stay on. So we're gonna get our first Sue Bell white sapote fruit in May. I just wished I had removed one of the 2 trunks when I planted it. So this is some advice for you guys. When you plant a fruit tree, make sure you don't make this mistake here like I did. You don't want 2 trunks, right? That weakens the tree. It causes half the strength in the roots when it's windy or when it's top heavy. So I was going to remove this one here, and I thought, no, I'll leave it. Then I kept changing my mind, and I finally decided just to leave it. So here, because we have this one touching, I've got a bottom branch and I've got a top branch. I'll probably cut the one going bottom. There you go, not touching anymore. Problem solved. And I think that's about it. Not much else to do here. with the Sue Bell. And because the room here is a bit crammed between this orange tree, this pear tree, which is gonna pull all this out. This 20-year-old pear tree is going in a few months to be replaced by tropical trees. Because of that limited space, and over there we have the persimmon, I'm going to try to grow the Sue Bell vertically, right up. So that means that that crown will remain, unless I want to keep it as a dwarf, which means constantly cutting the crown off, constantly. We'll see. But for now, we'll leave that crown there. And the final white sapote is the one I put in the ground here about 3 years ago, and boy, it's really taken off this year. Well, this year in 2020, I mean. Not the philodendron. It's between two philodendrons. It's this guy here, and the variety is Ortiga, and it's also fruiting for the first time. We have a lot of firsts this year from the white sapotes. 3 of them are fruiting for the first time, and can't wait to taste this one. This variety is meant to be a good pollinator. That's why I bought her. Well, I don't really need a pollinator now after having 7 varieties, but yeah, that was the original idea. And that's my neighbour's loquat over the fence. So the Ortega has just skyrocketed in the last 12 months, reaching over the fence. So let's give her a little prune, because she's very bushy, very lanky. She's never had a prune. Oh, well, sorry, she has had a prune down below near the ground. I removed the lower branches that were touching the ground, like this one here. Well, this one's not touching anymore, but they used to touch, and I got rid of them. I don't like low hanging branches. So what I'm going to do here is probably go around and remove some of these philodendron leaves which are pushing into her. See that? Don't like that at all. Beautiful leaves, but they have their place, and it's not underneath the white sapote. See that? See what's going on? A lot of confusion. So I only cut off a leaf from the philodendron and a couple of small branches from the white sapote. Just dump them all there as mulch for the tree itself, and just let it be for now. We want her to go vertical, up, and eventually over the philodendron on both sides to grow over. So that'll be another year or 2. But that's the Ortiga, my final white sapote, the newest member. So we're back in the front now. I'm going to clean up all the mess. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. This is all going to be mulch over there for bananas. Yep, bananas get the pleasure. See that stack there? Just throw it all in there. That's how I do it. So please like if you did enjoy the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and push the notification bell as a reminder for new videos. I try to make a video every day, especially in the growing season. Now in summer, I slow it down a little in winter, but all is well now that it's midsummer here in Australia, and we're gonna have 7 days of warm to hot weather coming up, which is absolutely divine. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you from the next video.